Tonight's starting matchups are brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Barkley and Malone, that's a classic. Mario Elie, Russell, Olajuwon, Ostertag, Maloney, Stockton, Drexler, and Hornacek. Let's go to Lisa Malosky.
Thanks a lot, Bill. We've got a story here about Mario Elie. He will start tonight, but he has not been feeling 100%. He's been battling the flu the past couple of days. In fact, he has not felt well Saturday in Phoenix. He's been laying low the past day and a half, and in fact did not shoot around with the team this morning. Right now he's very stuffed up, and this high altitude can complicate baskets a little bit. But Bill, Mario had 11 points versus Phoenix on Saturday, and he said he felt a lot worse then than he does now. So the Rockets should be okay tonight. Bill, Calvin.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. As they jump center, Ostertag wins it over to Hornacek. 4 of the top 6 active scorers in the NBA are on that floor tonight. Jordan, Malone, Parrish, Olajuwon, Barkley, and Drexler are the top 6. So you got 4 of the 6. Russell taking it inside, and he draws a foul right off the bat.
The thing that would concern me at this stage of the game is foul trouble. Traditionally, Utah gets the Rockets in the foul trouble because they play a low post game, kind of what the Rockets try to do against other teams. Of course, you have Karl Malone that gets to the line more than anybody in the game. But you got to be very careful. People like Clyde Drexler and even Matt Maloney, if they're taken inside, if they don't get easy keep fouls early.
Ryan Russell came of age in the playoffs last season, and he played so well they decided they could get away with trading David Benoit, and they did. So Russell has the job now at small forward. Hornacek is matched up against Elie, however, and Russell and Drexler are matched up. So they want to get a little more muscle on Clyde Drexler, don't they?
Yeah, they want to simply get Clyde involved as much as possible early.
Team Olajuwon over Ostertag. Boy, they better give Ostertag more help than that.
Ostertag cannot allow Olajuwon to take him that close to the basket, or by the time the help gets there, it's going to be too late anyway.
Karl Malone, a good outside shooter now. Didn't always used to be that way, but his game, like Olajuwon, has moved to the perimeter to avoid the double team.
Now, to avoid all that banging from all over the years of getting knocked and bruised down low.
Barkley one-on-one with Malone. Back outside, Drexler swings it. Elie over to Maloney. Three-pointer, misses. Hornacek with a rebound, looks for the fast break. Both teams will look for the early break. Hornacek on the drive, high off the glass. Barkley with his second rebound of the game. Now the Rockets with a 3-on-1. Maloney twisting inside on Stockton. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Well, I thought the Jazz touched it, but apparently that ball got through all those hands. And the Jazz will bring it up.
Anytime a point guard, Maloney, gets past that foul line, he needs to look to shoot the ball because it's going to be very congested.
Stockton looking for that basket more in the first 2 games this season, averaging over 16 a game. Jazz lead it 5-2 here in the first 2 minutes. Drexler will back out. They get their spacing. What a move. Ostertag with a block. Ryan Russell from the corner. Greg Ostertag is a big one at 7'2", and he does block shots. He can block shots. He's right under 2 a game.
Not only that, he's a wide body. He takes up a lot of space around that basket.
But Olajuwon makes him look like he's standing in cement.
Bless him. Nevertheless, the Rockets have got to be very concerned when they make that move to the basket that Ostertag doesn't come over and swipe it off that glass like he did.
Stockton. Little runner for John.
Now, notice what Stockton is doing. He's just simply testing Maloney's ability defensively to play him one-on-one.
Olajuwon takes it to the middle over Ostertag and draws the foul.
Third game. First night, we had Drexler's show. Second night, we had the Barkley show. Now, Dream is one that likes to get involved in situations himself. So what does he do? He simply takes this particular move across the key the last 3 times down and scored on all 3 baskets.
Ostertag, they've had a lot of centers here trying to counter Olajuwon. Felton Spencer was traded away. Mark Eaton started out early in Olajuwon's career and gave Olajuwon a lot of trouble.
Well, he was a mountain man.
Well, he was as big as the mountain range out here. Stockton forces one into a lot of people. Maloney gives it up to Drexler. Back to Maloney. The trailer is Ellie. Ellie takes it up for two. Beautiful fast break by Houston. And the Jazz lead is down to 1.
I was almost afraid they were going to make one pass too many. They had 2 shots prior to giving the ball to Mario Ellie.
Stockton falls down. That little inverted post up. He got lost in the shuffle. Double team on Malone. Passes it over the head of Ostertag. Drexler gives it up to Maloney. Maloney right by Stockton. Olajuwon floats across the middle, gets it back. The ball was tipped, so he was able to catch it, and Mario Ellie hits a 3 to give the Rockets the lead.
Interesting. Everybody stopped on the floor waiting for some kind of a call. The Rockets maintained their poise, got the ball over to Mario Ellie. He was wide open and scores.
Mario is now 6 of 12 from behind the three-point line for a cool 50% this season. Rockets lead by 2. Shot clock is at 7. Malone working on Barkley. He'll shoot it up over it. Missed it. Olajuwon tips it. Barkley gets it away from Hornacek. Here's Ellie on the run. Ellie's got to beat Stockton. Takes it to the middle. Of traveling called on Mario Ellie.
Let's take a look at that. That was pretty close. Now Mario goes to the basket. He takes 1, 2.
The official making the call, Dick Bavetta, Tommy Nunez, Mike Callahan.
He's a real good official, by the way.
Yeah, I think Bavetta didn't want to call a foul. He just called travel. Ostertag with a turnaround over Olajuwon, missed it, and Barkley with another rebound.
It's interesting when Ostertag played one-on-one, everybody else got back defensively to make sure there was not going to be a break.
Oh, Olajuwon went right by Ostertag, and a jump ball is called. That move by Akeem had the crowd oohing and ahhing.
Simply because he took a baseline stab, Ostertag got caught flat-footed.
What was that Ostertag dropped over there on the floor?
Well, he better pick it up quick because you're going to need it. Whatever it is.
Dream wins the toss. Drexler will fire up a 3 from the perimeter.
Oh, Clyde.
And Clyde Drexler on the season now is 6 of 13 from the three-point line. Rockets lead it by 5.
So I was angry with Ostertag about something out there after that shot.
Houston on a 12-2 run in the last 2:40. Malone with 2.
It's interesting, the last 2 out of 3 times that they came down, Karl Malone elected to take an outside game opposed to early challenging Barkley, perhaps trying to get him into foul trouble.
Barkley will back it in. As soon as he draws the double team, he goes. 7 seconds left. Barkley taking it inside, puts it up with the left hand, missed it, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Malone. We've got a timeout charged to the Jazz. 6:36 left to play in the first period from the Delta Center, and the Rockets lead the Jazz by 3. 14-11, Houston leading Utah. Tonight's league leaders are brought to you by Bill Hurd Chevrolet. And that's the team point average so far this season. The Rockets right up there. The Bucks surprisingly scoring a lot of points here early this year. Olajuwon with a shot from the outside and misses. Back the other way, Malone streaking to the other end.
The Rockets have got to be careful. Anytime a shot goes up, they can't automatically assume that Charles Barkley will get it. They've got to have good defensive balance so that in case he doesn't rebound it, they won't get their cheap basket the way they just did.
Barkley taking it in, draws a double team. Maloney with a 3 from the outside, misses. And Ostertag clears it out to Hornacek. Brian Russell waiting for Malone to post up on Barkley, and he does. Russell. Now, another thing, Calvin, the great passing ability of all of these post-up players here. That's the second foul on Clyde Drexler.
And that's what I talked about early, Bill. Getting your starters in the foul trouble early. Now, you're normally looking for who's ever guarding Karl Malone to get in that situation. Karl Malone's sharp passing finessed Clyde into 2 early fouls.
Malone, Barkley, Drexler, Olajuwon, all 4 very accomplished at passing out of that double team. And Matt Bullard now will check in for Clyde Drexler. Clyde with 3 points on a 3-pointer and 2 personal fouls. Brian Russell gets 1 out of 2. That ties the game at 14. So after the Rockets went on a 12-2 run, the Jazz have come back to score the next 5 in a row.
It's interesting, though, with Clyde on the bench, there's still enough talent out there.
Olajuwon. Go ahead.
No, I'm simply going to make the statement that there's still enough talent out there offensively to give Clyde a rest without having to think about putting him back in the game early with 2 fouls.
Hakeem with 8 points now. There's Russell taking it in, and Bullard just avoided the contact, and Russell short-armed the ball. Rockets lead it 16-14. Maloney back over to Ellie. They switch it around. Bullard wide open from the corner and misses. That's a shot he has to make. Stockton will stop from the 3-point line. So Stockton now is off to a quick start. 7 points.
And that puts Utah up a point on that particular shot.
Shot clock down to 7 seconds. Olajuwon will go one-on-one with Ostertag. Little fadeaway by Hakeem. Will not go. Stockton quickly down to Hornacek. He's open. He'll fire. He's short. And Olajuwon gets an easy, walks right into the rebound.
It's interesting that the Jazz must have, through film, spotted something the Rockets do wrong on any missed shots, because they've been able to leak out 4 times.
Great pass by Barkley, and Malone misses the layup. Oh, he had it right there at the front door. Stockton now looking to Malone. They front him, so he goes back door with a pass. Malone misses. Barkley with a rebound. That's number 5 for Charles. Jazz are on an 8-2 run right now in the last 2 minutes. Contact, ball goes out of bounds off Barkley. Well, they're going to let him play.
Yeah, but I was concerned about that. I was concerned about that early. You don't want anybody to get hurt. But I say let them play. Even though this was a trip, they get tangled up. That's a foul.
A couple of early substitutions now. Howard Isley is in for Stockton, and Kevin Willis in for Olajuwon. Russell will try to shoot it over Bullard, and he can't do it. Willis with his first rebound just checked in.
Russell's got to understand, Clyde Drexler is 6'6", Bullard is 6'10". That changes up the shot somewhat.
Willis goes inside Ostertag, and nothing stops. Even though Olajuwon goes out, Willis, with that 360 move, goes right around Ostertag.
Now, he's got to do more of that. He's got to be offensively minded with Dream on the bench.
18-17, Houston leads. 3:18 left. A whistle underneath. And an offensive foul on Ostertag. Randy Livingston prepares to check into the game for Houston. And Maloney will go out. Livingston getting his first action tonight at point guard for Houston, and for the Utah Jazz, the big dog, Antoine Carr, will be in the game.
Interesting, different combinations early for Rudy T. He's trying to see different looks out there to put pressure on the defense of the Jazz.
Ellie gives it up to Barkley. A shot clock still at 9 seconds. Barkley checks it. He's got Antoine Carr on him. Bounce pass baseline to Ellie. Knocked away. Steal. Taking it up was Ellie. Ball goes through the legs of Malone. Here comes Hornacek. Isley from the corner. Misses badly, and Bullard with the rebound. Rockets lead by a point. Willis going baseline, and an offensive foul on Kevin Willis.
Yeah, he got caught. He took that free arm and finished the defensive man off.
Timeout charge to Houston, 2:33 left to play in the first period. Rockets 18, Jazz 17. Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. Tracy Moore has checked into the Houston lineup now. Malone stays in for the Jazz. Along with Hornacek, they'll go down to Antoine Carr. He will work on Kevin Willis to the middle. Jump hook too short. He had to work too hard to get the shot. Didn't have enough gas left in the tank when he shot it. Rockets lead at 18-17. Livingston and Isley out front. Malone still on Barkley. Barkley sets that pick. Malone comes out quickly. And Livingston throws it away.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes.
Malone, easy.
The one thing that the Jazz has done well so far this game, they're capitalizing on the Rockets' mistakes.
Jazz lead at 19-18.
Any miscue or any pass thrown away, they immediately try to get an opportunity basket by fast breaking.
Barkley will back it in on Malone again. Draws a double team, picked up his dribble, got nowhere to go. Now he'll take it inside and draws the foul. So he bailed himself out. Let's go to Lisa Miloski.
Thanks, Bill. Hakeem Olajuwon resting on the bench. I'm sitting right behind the bench. Hakeem Olajuwon in front of me. He's resting because of the high altitude. He told me his chest is burning, so he's going to take a little break and go back in. Keith Jones, the trainer, told him it'll be a lot better the second time he goes in. Bill, Calvin?
Lisa, that's something they found out they could do with Hakeem about 8 years ago. Denver used to be his most hated place to play, but if you get him out of the game early, he can get his second win.
It's interesting. He's always played well in in Denver with that high altitude anyway, once they got him acclimated to coming out early.
That's right.
Getting that second win and going back in. I remember playing as a player with the Rockets, playing up there, and your chest feels like you're on fire. God forbid if you're not in shape.
Of course, you and I barely got to the arena on our short walk. Barkley with his first point of the game. He has 6 rebounds. Game tied at 19. 1:17 left to play. Malone will work the post. Barkley right behind him. Here comes Willis in the chase. They try to swing it around. They get it right back to Antoine Carr, who misses, and Bullard with another rebound. Tracy Moore, and Willis tries to save it. Lazy pass into the post. Here's Isley taking it to the middle. Back outside, Russell on the drive. Almost a steal by Moore. Hornacek misses, and Barkley with his 7th rebound of the quarter.
Now the Rockets are playing, they're starting to take the ball a little slower to get into a half-court game. If they're going to play a slow-down tempo, they can't throw the ball away.
Barkley from the three-point line. Woefully short, and Malone with a rebound. He'll throw it the length of the court. Antoine Carr was able to make the catch, and that's it. No one to help him. All right, the Jazz will take it down now. There'll be about a 5-second difference, shot clock, game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Russell trying to go one-on-one with Bullard. Good defense by Matt. Rockets will have 6 seconds. Down to 5. Got to push it. Barkley taking it to the middle. Barkley with 1 second left. Barkley beats the buzzer, and it will not go. And that's the end of the first quarter of play from the Delta Center. And like always, when the Jazz and the Rockets meet, it's a dead heat after 1. We have played a quarter at the Delta Center, all tied at 19. Tonight's first period game summary brought to you by Southwest Airlines. And it's pretty close. Olajuwon with 8, Ellie with 5, Malone with 8, Stockton with 7. Both teams shooting 40%. And the Rockets with 3 more rebounds. The Rockets are out rebounding their opponent after the first 2 games, over 15 a game. They won't do that here tonight. Bullard gets a good look from the three-point line and missed again. So Matt's off to a slow start from behind that line this season. He's now 4 of 11.
I tell you what, that was a play well disguised, and they set it up perfectly where Matt had no one guarding him. It didn't necessarily have to be a 3.
Steal by Livingston, and he overthrows Drexler. Chris Morris is checked into the game now. Stockton will be matched up with Livingston, Morris and Drexler, Bullard and Adam Keefe on the opposite side. Outside to Morris again. Shot clock is at 6 seconds. Malone is still in the game. He has not taken a break yet. Antoine Carr to the middle with a sweeping hook shot for 2.
That's from the old school. That's not a jump hook. That's a sky hook. He's just a foot shorter.
Found a way to get that shot off. He's having to play inside against the big guys. 21-19, Jazz leading. Drexler out high. He's got Morris on him. Takes it to the basket off the glass. Missed it. Tipped outside to Malone. He'll give it up to Stockton. Always looking for Malone inside.
Always. first, second, and third options.
Stockton, of course, the all-time NBA leader in assists and the all-time NBA leader in steals.
You know, I always wondered what Magic could have done if he hadn't gotten sick.
Oh, no telling. There's Barkley with a steal. Now he's got some numbers. Tried to bounce past it, and Stockton gets the steal. Stockton finishes every year in that top 10 in steals and, of course, leads. 9 seasons in a row, Stockton has led the league in assists. Antoine Carr from the outside. On the miss, Adam Keefe with a rebound, knocked away, and out of bounds off Houston.
Houston substitution. Olajuwon is back in, replacing Charles Barkley.
Team Olajuwon has entered the game again, and now Barkley will get his first rest, and now Greg Foster will check in, and Malone will get his first breather.
See, here's the luxury of having Clyde, Dream, and Barkley on the same team. Here's a brand new combination out on the floor right now. You got Olajuwon back in the center position, Willis playing the big forward, and you got Matt Bullard at 6'10" playing the small forward. So there's a good defensive combination, plus you have a strong rebounding team out there, and still you have Clyde at the guard with Randy Livingston.
Shot clock down to 7 seconds, and a touching foul on Randy Livingston.
What Randy gets caught in that same type of a foul, putting two hands on the offensive player when there's a pick involved. He needs to have some communication where he can either slide through or go over the top, anticipate, without trying to put his hands on the offensive player to stop him.
Stockton always trying to attack and then looking for that pass as the second weapon. He got up in the air that time, no place to go. Antoine Carr saves it. Shot clock down to 6 seconds. Greg Foster will put it up, and he hit it.
Greg Foster had a little cha-cha-cha in that step, but we won't talk about it.
You just did.
Oh, did I? Excuse me.
I like the way you get it in, though, anyway. 23-19, 4-point lead now by the Jazz. Olajuwon turning baseline for 2, but he was fouled by Carr before the shot. I remember the Western Conference Finals. In Game 3, Olajuwon put 5 fouls on Carr, 5 on Felton Spencer, and 5 on Chambers. Remember that?
I certainly do.
15 fouls between those 3 trying to guard Olajuwon. Kevin Willis back to Drexler from the outside. Now the Rockets haven't really had a good look. Willis gets a good look on an offensive rebound and put back. 23-21 Utah. Bullard shows.
That was called holding the.
Yeah, the personal number 50, Matt Bullard.
Yeah, he was holding.
Rockets team foul.
Let's take a look at it. He was holding
Adam
Keefe, who was setting that pick right here. He has his hand around there, just simply not allowing Adam Keefe to pick and roll.
Like to always run that pick and roll with a passer full of depth like Stockton. There's Keefe tapping it back outside, and they get that ball right back into the hands of Stockton again with a new fresh clock.
They got to be careful with Adam Keefe. He's being very, very aggressive around the boards. He have a lot of mobility around here.
John Stockton for 2. He has 9. 25-21 Jazz. Played almost 4 minutes, and Livingston throws it into the first row.
Now, Randy's got to slow down. That's about his 4th turnover, Bill.
9 turnovers for Houston. The Rockets are averaging in their first 2 games 20 turnovers a game. That's way too many. Stockton double team. Back outside to Keefe from the top. Antoine Carr with the offensive rebound.
The Rockets are being caught flat-footed right now. This is the most offensive rebounds I've seen against the Rockets starting this early season.
Chris Morris wants to take it in on Drexler. He does. And Morris goes up and over Bullard for the rebound. And Rudy wants a timeout. The Utah Jazz bench is doing a number on Houston. 7:27 left in the second quarter. Let's take a look at tonight's Jack in the Box upcoming schedule, and this will be The rest of the road trip, the Rockets will travel tonight right after this game to Sacramento to take on the Kings tomorrow night. Then in Denver on Thursday night, and then the Jazz will be back in the Summit for a rematch on Saturday night. Charles Barkley looking on. Charles already with 7 rebounds in this game. Rockets taking it down to Olajuwon. He'll work on Ostertag for an easy shot. He missed it. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Dream.
The Rockets have got to have just a little better spacing. This way, the defense can't get over the double team as quick as they've been doing.
Rockets have scored only 2 points in about 6 minutes. Chris Morris puts it up for 2. This is a 10-2 quarter right now as Malone is back into the game for Houston. Olajuwon taking it to the middle, and Ostertag with a bumping, or Foster with a foul this time.
Now the Rockets have got to be careful that they don't want to go back to the old way of throwing the ball into Olajuwon. Everybody standing around the perimeter and watch Olajuwon work. What they want to simply do is to keep movement going, and if the defense starts to double down against Olajuwon, he will get that ball out to the perimeter quicker.
There's Akeem again, this time on Foster, and he's bumped by Foster one more time. So that's 2 quick fouls on Foster.
Well, the mistake Foster is doing, he's putting 2 hands on Olajuwon.
That's 3 team fouls on the Jazz. The Rockets have 2. Foster trying to guard Olajuwon to the middle. Great move. Took it to the baseline, swung back to the middle. 29-23. Akeem with 10 points, 3 boards. Trying to get it down to Morris, and Drexler right behind him. Clyde already has 2 fouls. Morris will shoot it up for 2. Well, Chris Morris, who has been a bit of a disappointment in the first 2 regular season games, is 3 for 5 off the bench for 6 here tonight. Olajuwon to the middle, puts it up, and draws another foul. They can't get to him quick enough to help out whoever is guarding him initially. That foul was on Isley.
Now, if the Rockets are going to keep going in that direction, Olajuwon is smart as the ball's coming to start to make his move. That cuts off a couple of seconds of allowing the defense to get down on there. But nevertheless, even when Olajuwon's making his move, everybody on the weak side needs to keep their bodies moving in case he doesn't get a chance to score. He can kick it off to the weak side.
Akeem gets 1 out of 2. It's 31-24 Utah. Isley is matched up with Malone. Again, Drexler right behind Chris Morris. And the 3rd foul of the game called on Drexler. Clyde not happy.
That's Clyde's 3rd foul.
Yep.
So that he's got to come out. They're going to have to give him a breather. You don't want to get him picking up his 4th foul with 5:39 to go here in the second.
Barkley checks into the game.
There's where they're calling the foul. They're saying that Drexler is using that leg to root Morris out of there.
Now Drexler is leaving the court. Now Barkley checked in, and I think Ellie checked in late, and Bobetta gave the ball to him too early, so it'll be Barkley, Ellie, Olajuwon, Bullard, and Malone for Houston.
I still like that combination on the floor also, Bill.
Well, not too many bad combinations Rudy can put out there.
That's a good point.
Taking it down low to Morris. He misses the shot, and Barkley just goes up and takes it away from Morris. 5:27 left to play, second quarter, 31-24 Utah. Olajuwon back to the middle, and it's blocked by Morris. Team never saw him coming. And Juan Carr took pass to Isley. Shot clock still at 10 seconds.
They're going to play a two-man game. They're going to try to get the Rockets into a switch pattern.
Morris puts up a three, way off the mark. Long rebound to Foster. He'll put it up in a hurry. That's short, and Maloney with a rebound. He's got Barkley and Ellie if he wants them. Going to Charles, and Morris with a steal.
Morris has come to play basketball, and he has become a serious thorn in the side of the Rockets offense.
Well, you know, Morris makes his home in Sugar Land.
Well, he better not come back playing like this.
I think he knew this game's going back to Houston, and he plays a little harder. Isley. Tough shot off the glass. Howard Isley. Well, right now, the Rockets have managed, Calvin, only 5 points in this quarter, and we have 4:15 left to play.
All they've got to do is maintain their poise. Don't get caught up in trying to make everything happen at once.
Team put one up, and it would not go. 4 minutes left in the quarter. 33-24, largest lead of the game for Utah.
And unfortunately for the Rockets, Utah has this lead with Malone sitting on the bench
and
as well as Stockton.
Yeah. Morris, nice steal by Barkley, got it over to Ellie. Ellie back over to Maloney, and he'll wait and set it up. Olajuwon just crossing midcourt, and now in your picture. Barkley will work on Antoine Carr. He's got Bullard if he needs him, and there it is. Right back to Barkley again. Keefe is playing a nice
there's the zone. They didn't call it.
Barkley puts it up and misses. Olajuwon tips it out. Antoine Carr comes out of there with it.
The Rockets are one step behind this team today, Bill. That should have been a pass, a loose ball picked up by the Rockets. They don't go after the ball aggressive enough. And I'm sure Rudy's going to talk about the aggressive part of their game at halftime.
Isley on the drive. Little floater for two. Howard Isley. Boy, what a job Isley has done off the bench. This crowd at the Delta Center excited now. The Jazz leading by 11 with a 20-second timeout by Rudy. In this quarter, the Rockets have managed only 5 points. Very uncharacteristic, Calvin.
Well, the one...
Now they'll take a full timeout. Charge to Utah. We'll be back in a moment. Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. Well, here in the second quarter, the Jazz have outscored the Rockets 16-5 and lead at 35-24. The Rockets need a little run here in the final 2:47. 3 seconds. The Rockets just look very tentative.
Green had a shot. Barkley goes under for defense, for an opportunity for an offensive rebounding, expecting Green to take that shot. Green wanted to get just a foot closer and caught Barkley in the 3-second zone.
That's 11 turnovers by Houston. Those 11 turnovers have been turned into 12 points by the Jazz.
That's the statement I made earlier. On all mistakes, they capitalize.
Foster with 2 on the shot clock, misses, and Carr fights Bullard for the ball and wins the battle. 2:13 left, and Isley will set it up again for the Jazz. Barkley with another steal. Bullard will pick up the loose ball, give it up to Maloney. Good heads-up play by Charles. Olajuwon again working on Foster to the middle for the shot. And Hakeem Olajuwon with 13 points. He's the only player in double figures. 35-26 Jazz. Barkley going for a steal. Foster with a jumper. Rings it out. And Chris Morris with the rebound, but a whistle underneath and a foul. Loose ball foul is called on Matt Bullard. Let's go to Lisa Milosky.
Well, Bill, in that last huddle, Charles Barkley and Kevin Willis speaking up to the rest of the team. Charles Barkley telling his teammates, we're only down by 11 points. Don't get down. And Kevin Willis said, we're all right. We're all right. Rudy Tomjanovich sent him back on the court by saying, hang in there, guys. So there's a lot of optimism, of course, from the Rockets side. Bill?
All that's well and good, but the Rockets have got to be a little more aggressive. They're being out-quicked by the Jazz.
Morris taking it in. Reversal for two. Chris Morris.
Chris Morris has been the show this second quarter, Bill.
Yes, he has. Olajuwon taking it in, and a foul on Antoine Carr.
Personal charge to the big dog, number 2 for Antoine. Team foul number 5. Olajuwon shoots 2.
Let's watch a little playground basketball move here by Chris Morris. He does a nice job. Green comes over to support defensively. He takes those long arms and goes from one side of the backboard to the other.
Team Olajuwon, the only offense for Houston tonight. 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from the line. He has 14. And he misses. 37-27. Jazz by 10. Stockton out on the perimeter. They're going to go to the hot hand. It's been Morris. Ellie's all over him. So now they'll try Antoine Carr. That didn't work either. Go back out to the perimeter. Morris with a three, and he almost made it. Barkley with his 9th rebound of the game.
I had expected that shot by Morris to fall.
Well, it almost did. He was right on. Bullard gets a good look on a three. Get in there, Matthew, and it goes. Matt Bullard with a bullseye.
All a shooter needs is one time to feel that net pop.
Stockton tries to answer. He misses. Olajuwon tips it to Ellie. He's got Malone on the right wing. Ellie on the drive, and a charging foul on Mario Ellie. That was hard work by Malone to get back and get in front of Ellie. I don't think Malone was in position, though.
I think that's called a 265-pound flop. He goes down. If nothing else, that's a no call.
Adam Keith goes out of the game. Hornacek comes back in. 37-30, Jazz lead. They'll go for the final shot. Very low-scoring game from the Delta Center, but these two teams specialize in tough, hard-nosed defense. Stockton steal by Barkley. 2 seconds left. Barkley gets it off to Maloney. Does he beat the buzzer? No, he doesn't. And that's the end of the first half of play from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. Two old rivals going head-to-head here tonight. A tough physical ball game. The Jazz lead it at halftime, 37-30. Oh, when you look out on that court to start the second half, the mailman, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Barkley, Olajuwon, and Drexler. Those 5 players, between them, 47 All-Star games, 8 gold medals, and assorted MVPs. That's a lot of talent. And 5 players recently voted to the NBA's all-time greatest players list. All right, here we go to start the third quarter. The Jazz will have the ball to start the fourth. Drexler drops it down to Olajuwon, working inside. Jump hook, rims it out, won't go. Ostertag gets it out quickly to Hornacek. That ball deflected by Ellie. Turnover, Maloney will bring it up. Hakeem again at the post. Looking for the double team to come. It doesn't, so he goes across the middle. Oh, nice easy shot. Just fell off the rim. Malone clears it to Stockton. John Stockton has missed only 4 games, and he's closing in on 1,000 games in his career. The durability.
See, there's where the Rockets have problems today. They're not finishing off on those close shots, whereas the Jazz have a bit of finish to their offensive game.
9-point Utah lead. Ellie stays outside. Drexler now will set up the 2-man game with Hakeem. Shot clock at 7 seconds. And Hornacek knocks it away. You know, we've talked so much about Stockton and Malone. Jeff Hornacek's another player very underrated in this league. Many, many great years in the NBA, and he has found a nice home here with the Utah Jazz. He's another player. He can shoot you right into a game. Good defensive player. Ellie on the drive, and a foul on Hornacek. So Mario Ellie will shoot 2.
Well, see, what Mario Ellie just did is what the Rockets need more of. Everybody else getting involved right now. Spread that floor. Allow Mario Ellie to put the ball on the floor, go to the basket. Hornacek will have a difficult time trying to stay up and guard Mario Ellie. Then you have Clyde that can post up. You're talking about getting Charles Barkley involved. Rudy T, and I'm not second-guessing his offensive strategy, but what you got to do right now, you got to find a way to get some of your other players involved in the offense a little bit.
Mario Ellie having a good start to this season so far, as he gets both free throws to go down. Mario came into this game averaging 15 points a game in the first 2. Stockton stepped on the baseline. Good defense by Houston.
You know, so often we talk so much about the offensive part of the game, but when the Rockets win and when the Rockets win their championships, they do it defensively. And they've not done a bad job. Right now, the Jazz only have 39 points, so this is the offensive part of the game that's hurting them.
That's the 4th turnover by Stockton. Rockets trail by 7. Drexler will post up on Brian Russell to the middle for the jumper off the glass for 2.
I think Rudy heard me. Posting up Drexler a little bit, getting him involved in the game.
There's a steal attempt by Barkley. A good job, Malone, of sealing Barkley off. Boy, he just sealed him tightly. Got him caught on that hip.
Well, that's a wide body to try to get around.
Drexler inside, waits for Russell to jump, put it up too hard, wouldn't go in. And there were 4 Rockets standing out above the three-point line. Hornacek shoots the jumper, and everybody ran off and left him. Again, a 9-point Utah lead. Barkley wants to post up on Malone and does. Taking it to the middle, Barkley, and he'll get 2 free throws.
We talked about getting some diversity in their offense. Rudy T went right that everybody's getting involved now. The last couple of times down, the last 4 possessions, 4 different players had a chance to look at that ball offensively and do something like go to the basket with it. And now the defense is starting to commit fouls again because they're caught off balance.
Karl Malone got called for his 2nd personal foul, so he went out to politic a little bit. For Charles Barkley, that's his 17th free throw of the season. He's only played in about a game and a half. Barkley and Malone, by the way, are 1 and 2 in free throw attempts among active NBA players. They go to the line a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, the referees have done a nice job allowing both of them to play today.
Yep. 43-36, Jazz leading. Now Malone wants it on the post up. And an illegal defense on Houston. That's the first illegal D call tonight.
Defense warning, Houston.
Rudy said, where did that call come from? I think they do it every now and then just to wake everybody up.
Yeah, when they start seeing them begin to cheat, they just give them a little warning.
All right, now Hornacek wants to post up Ellie. That's just camouflage. He'll pop outside, leans in for the jumper. Jeff Hornacek gets another basket. So his first 2 baskets of the game coming only a minute apart. Again, a 9-point lead. Olajuwon taking it inside, missed it. He and Barkley fight for the ball. Ostertag blocks it out of bounds. Hey, Ostertag's pretty tough on those block shots.
What is he, 7'2"?
Yep. Mario sails into the air, draws the foul from Hornacek. So Mario Ellie will go to the line to shoot 2.
Mario Ellie twice has taken Hornacek to the basket and has gotten something out of the possession. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rudy isolate Mario a little bit more right now. The Rockets need that thrust to the basket allow him to work on Hornacek a few more times.
There are only 2 Rockets left from the original championship team that beat the Knicks in 7 games, Mario and Hakeem Olajuwon. And Mario Elie with 9 points in this game, averaging 15 a game. 45-38. Jazz by 7. Illegal defense called on Houston again.
Second time, Houston illegal.
So that's 2 quick illegal defensive whistles against Houston, and Hornacek will go to the line.
Now they finessed the Rockets into that mistake. Oster tagged and he left the area totally. For Dream, that's very difficult to follow him. You know, he's so used to being the big brother back there protecting that basket that he got caught a little in twilight zone.
Stockton will set it up. Karl Malone working on Barkley, takes it to the middle for the shot. Beautiful move by Karl Malone. Ten-point lead by the Jazz. Olajuwon back outside to Maloney. Gets it right back again to the middle. Elie swings it around to Maloney. Gets a look on a 3. Missed it. And the foul called on Hakeem Olajuwon.
This is where the Rockets are getting hurt. The defensive intensity on the part of the Jazz down low is real strong. They're making the Rockets kick the ball back to the perimeter, and they have not shot that ball well. They now necessarily, do they have to have a three-pointer? No. All they have to do is score from the outside to make that defense loosen up a little bit from falling back in the laps of their inside players.
Brian Russell to the middle for 2. Well, that's a tough shot by Brian Russell. He has 6. Rudy wants a timeout. The Rockets have really had trouble scoring points. 7:21 left in the third. Well, the Utah Jazz mascot just got knocked out by Barkley. Don't you hit me with that bat. You don't want to tangle with Barkley. Let's go to Lisa.
Hey, Bill, speaking of Charles Barkley in the huddle there, he told the players, we've got to stop this right now. This is the game right now. We've got to make up our minds to win it. Bill, Calvin?
I think he's right, too, because you let the Jazz have a little spurt now and get up on top. It's going to be tough the way they control the ball and the tempo. Will Mario travel? Or
No,
step on the
sideline.
Okay. Another turnover. A 12-point lead by Utah Jazz. Taking it down to Malone. Or Russell, I should say. And traveling called on Brian Russell. You know, you're always trying to get that extra step when you spin to the basket. The superstars get it. The others don't.
Yeah, you mean they get away with it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
they get the benefit of the doubt. All right, Drexler now getting a pick from Olajuwon, goes inside, and he heard the whistle and alertly put the ball up to the basket. The foul on Brian Russell, so Clyde Drexler will shoot. The Rockets have only 1 field goal in this quarter. They're getting their points from the line.
Well, what they're doing, they're being aggressive going to the basket. That's where you normally get a chance to go to the foul line. They're very rarely going to foul the perimeter shooter.
Rockets now 7 of 7 from the line in this quarter. That's 6 points for Clyde. Again, a 10-point lead by the Utah Jazz. 6:43 left to play in the third. Hornacek waiting for Ostertag, and he'll go instead to Russell. And Drexler with a reaching foul. And that's number 4 on Clyde Drexler. That's the second team foul on Houston, 4 team fouls on the Jazz. So with 6:31 left to play in the third quarter, The Rockets can get in that 1 plus the bonus on the next foul by Utah. And an offensive foul.
Yeah, that was on Ostertag. Set a block.
Yeah, I think Stockton, he thought Stockton was coming to him, and he set a kind of a running pick, and Stockton went the other way, didn't he?
Yep, left him there boxing out no one. For no one.
Drexler coming off. Outside to Malone. Taking it down to Barkley. He'll work on Malone. Gets a double team.
There you go. Now Matt's playing basketball. Excellent. Excellent.
Pointer for Matt Malone.
He repositioned himself, got the defense running at him, and was able to score.
Blocked by Barkley on Malone. And here comes Malone, a 3-on-2 fast break. Houston, Olajuwon passes inside to LA, put it up, missed it. Olajuwon passed up a clean shot. Quickly back to Hornacek. Fakes Olajuwon, goes baseline, yes, and he's fouled. Oh, what a big turnaround. It could be a 5-point turnaround.
That foul was on Mario Ellie.
Second, number 3 for the Rockets. The bucket scored Jeff 2-1.
Well, the Rockets with a golden opportunity to close to within 5 points, and now with this free throw by Hornacek, who is an excellent free throw shooter.
Olajuwon put Mario Ellie in an awkward position. He was underneath the backboard when Olajuwon dropped him that pass. Olajuwon had that 7-foot shot he didn't take. So you can't really blame Mario Ellie for missing that shot. It was an awkward situation to get to that, underneath that backboard.
Drexler from the outside, and he hits. And now the Rockets are starting to warm to the occasion a little bit. Still, Houston trailing by 8 with 5:20 left to play in the third quarter. Inside, Russell.
Now, see, here's the situation that Rudy's faced with. You have Drexler on the floor with 4 fouls. Drexler can't afford to pick up another foul. So the Jazz are going to try to exploit that and get Russell involved in the offense as much as possible.
Drexler shovels it up, nobody underneath except Ostertag. Steal, Ellie laying in the weeds. Mario swings it out. Drexler will pump up a 3, missed it. Olajuwon gets the rebound. Back out to Mario again on the drive, and he's fouled on the pass-off, but the Rockets are in the bonus, so Mario will go to the line.
What Mario just did is what the Rockets have been missing, coming up with second shot opportunities by simply being aggressive and coming up with a loose ball. Nice steal on the part of Mario Ellie, kind of laying back. They didn't expect him to come up as quickly as he did.
1 plus for 2.
Mario doesn't miss very many free throws, and he got that one. Good roll.
He's a little under the weather. You know, when you have the flu, your legs feel weak.
Yeah. 55-46. Jazz by 9. Howard Isley in the game now for Stockton. Malone looking for a pass out of the double team. Hornacek into the corner. Isley will go to Ostertag. 5 on the shot clock. Nice move by Ostertag, but he didn't make the basket. And Maloney will bring it up. Rockets with a chance to get a little closer. 4:13 in the quarter. Hakeem to the middle, jump hook. Tipped up and in by Barkley.
The workhorse.
It's only the second basket of the game for Charles Barkley.
Well, he has not had very many opportunities to shoot the ball either, but he's worked around the glass fairly well as usual.
Illegal defense called on Houston.
Illegal defense, Houston. Illegal D, Houston.
Every illegal D whistle now will get a free throw from the Jazz.
Olajuwon did the right thing going over to support, helping Barkley down low. He left a little too early. Once he goes, he's got to go all the way and stay. And let the defense on the weak side slide down and get his man from going to the basket. This is still anybody's game, Bill.
Oh, sure.
We're in the middle of the third quarter. There's still 3 minutes to go, and the Rockets are starting to get their offense a little smoother now. They're getting more players involved doing something with that ball.
3:40 left to play in the third quarter. The Jazz lead by 8.
Now, you got to give the Jazz a lot of credit. They're playing good basketball together, smart basketball.
The veteran team, Hornacek wins it out. Ball tipped in the air. Drexler with the loose ball. Malone will set it up for Houston. Quickly to Ellie. Looking down. Nice quick crisp pass to Olajuwon. Stakes it to the middle for the jump hook for two. What a nice easy touch for the Dream. And he has 16 points. Rockets within 6. Olajuwon came out, supported nicely, and knocked the ball out of bounds. That's what you like to see from your big man. Give you a little help on that pick and roll. 12 seconds left on the shot clock for Utah.
You don't want to foul now.
Isley with a high arching shot. The Rockets still have a foul, Calvin, to give. They have only 3 team fouls with 2:48 left in the third quarter. Olajuwon to the middle again, trying to put it up, and a foul called on Brian Russell. No, I think it's going to be Isley. Could have been Isley or Russell, one of the two. And a timeout charged to the Jazz. 2:41 left to play in the third period. The Jazz leading it by 8. Tonight's Rockets Flashback is being brought to you by Mazda. And the Houston Rocket Moses Malone began his streak of 319 straight games of double-figure scoring. That streak lasted until 1982, April the 18th. Boy, he was a great one, wasn't he?
I had the pleasure of playing with him, and he tells a story now that I made him who he is. All those missed shots he said he put back on offensive rebounds.
Was there a better offensive rebounder in basketball? Of course, you got Wilt and Bill Russell.
But they weren't as quick going to the boards as Moses was. Moses had a knack for being around that ball at all times. He could shoot, miss, and go back and get it.
Yeah, he really was.
And you know, the thing that used to anger me about Moses, after he got that second offensive rebound, I wanted him to throw the ball back out to me. And he wouldn't do it.
That's 18 points for the Dream now, and the Rockets are making a living from that free throw line. There's a foul on Emmanuel Davis. The Rockets had one to give. Rockets are now 11 of 12 from the free throw line in this quarter. Kevin Willis comes in for Hakeem Olajuwon.
The big dog, Antoine Carr, is in for Greg Ostertag.
And Antoine Carr will come in for Ostertag. He'll be matched up with Willis. 2:31 left to play. 58-52, Jazz by 6. Now both teams will be in the penalty the rest of the way. And Isley's a slippery little guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Big dog picks up his dribble, goes baseline, short arms the shot, and Willis wants some help, gives it up to Clyde. Emmanuel Davis now running the show. So the Rockets have used all 3 rookies at the point guard position. Malone started, Livingston came in.
2 minutes remaining.
Ball knocked away from Clyde. Drexler turnover. Isley has Malone. Bounce pass. He got it up and in. Boy, he's got good hands. Well, that's a tough pass to catch and still get up and shoot, and he did.
He's angry, thought he was pushed on that shot.
Barkley trying to physical his way in, and traveling is called on Charles Barkley.
Malone is trying to get a technical. Let's take a look at that break again. Malone did a fine job getting a hold of that basketball. You don't want to throw a bounce pass to a big man normally. Now, what is he complaining about?
Nobody even was close to it.
Well, he was complaining.
Yeah, the guy's 290,000 pounds.
Of muscle.
Sure falls down a lot.
Small feet.
Emmanuel Davis out of bounds, 8 seconds left.
Nothing like being 6'9" with a size 11 foot.
Visit the Rocket Shop in Memorial City Mall. Pick up a new Charles Barkley jersey in adult and kid sizes. Find Rockets merchandise you won't find anywhere else. Available only at the Rocket Shop in Memorial City Mall. Hornacek misses a 3. Streaking out is Ellie. Nice pass from Barkley. Mario goes up for 2. Beautiful pass from Charles. One of the very few times the Rockets have been able to get themselves an opportunity basket. And basically what's been missing is the Rockets have not been able to control the boards the way they have the last couple of games that has afforded them a chance to get out. That's a good point. Hornacek brings it out. That ball went down, took a peek, and came back out again. So the Rockets trailing by 6. They can go 2 for 1 here. 45 seconds left. They'll go to Barkley. Malone has played this entire quarter, and there's finally an illegal defense on the Jazz. Isley got caught out of position.
Illegal defense warning.
So the next illegal D by the Jazz, the Rockets will get a technical foul shot. 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Emmanuel Davis with the jumper for 2.
How sweet. How sweet. You know, he shoots that ball so flawlessly, so easy. Everything's right in motion.
Guess what? It's a 4-point game.
They picked away at it. They did it by playing good, sound defense.
Rockets need a stop here and get one more possession. Willis goes for the steal. And a foul on Mario Elie, so Antoine Carr, who is an excellent free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Kevin Willis made a major mistake, too close to the basket to attempt a steal, put Mario Elie in the position of having to come over and foul. Let's take a look at it if we can. The ball goes inside. Now, he's too close. If you don't come up with that ball, you don't ever put yourself in an either-or situation. Mario Elie had to come over and support. Unfortunately, he had the foul to do it.
Antoine Carr, 9 of 10 from the line, and I jinxed him. Well, if I say you're an excellent free throw shooter,
kiss of death.
Now, Matt Bullard, a smart move here by Rudy to get Drexler with 4 fouls, will go sit down on this final possession. I saw the lights blink again.
That's
Antoine Carr puts it up.
That's people taking flash rub, I hope.
All right, the Rockets trail by 5 with under 20 seconds left to play. Rockets should get the final shot. Malone comes out to help on the double team. They went down to Barkley. Turnover, 2 seconds left. Malone out to Isley. A little runner for 2. Rockets throw it away, and the Utah Jazz capitalize at the other end. Excellent management of the clock by Utah. Isley just beats the buzzer, and here we go to the final 12 minutes. Jazz leading it by 7. Here we go to the final period of play. Tonight's third period game summary brought to you by Southwest Airlines. As Clyde Drexler looks on, Olajuwon with 18, Elie with 12, Malone with 14, Stockton with 11. Houston now shooting 50%, Utah 59%, and the Rockets have closed the battle of the boards to 2. Malone has gone just about all the way here. He stays in the game. Stockton back in. Chris Morris is in the game now. Antoine Carr will work on Willis. Double team comes over. Rockets switch. They left Stockton open.
Yeah, you don't leave the man with the ball.
Stockton will not shoot a lot of threes, but he's not a bad three-point shooter. He's made a couple here tonight. Illegal defense on Utah.
Yeah, you got to go all the way, and that's what Stockton didn't do.
Illegal defense, Jazz. Illegal defense.
Let's go to Lisa.
Bill, Sam Mack seeing his first action of the game tonight because Mario Elie appears to be done. He told trainer Keith Jones to tell Rudy that he's done for the night. So Sam Mack is in the ballgame. Bill?
Well, I'll tell you, what a heroic effort by Mario Elie tonight. 12 points. Matt Bullard misses the free throw on the technical. So Sam Mack will bring it in. Mack's another weapon you can go to. If he's hot, he can shoot you right back in this game. Barkley gives it up to Bullard. Bullard will shoot a 3. He misses. Rebound. Barkley just takes it away, and he's called for traveling. I don't know if he had the ball enough to travel, and that's what he's contending. They called a foul on Emmanuel Davis for touching John Stockton on the inbounds play. 66-56, Jazz by 10. Adam Keith picked up by Bullard out high. Stockton wants to go to Carr. There it is, 5 on the shot clock. Antoine Carr misses, and Emmanuel Davis will bring it up. 10-point lead by Utah. The Rockets with only 56 points, and we're in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable. Emmanuel Davis. No look pass. Nobody looking.
There's no time for that. There's no time to get a little switch and slide with the basketball. The Rockets have had a couple of mishaps that they should have scored on that would have kept them in striking distance.
That's 15 turnovers by Houston, 13 for Utah. Morris trying to catch up to it, and he does. Adam Keith will back in on Bully. 8 on the shot clock. Keith squares, shoots, and Willis with the rebound. I say the Rockets with only 56 points, and we're in the fourth quarter. The Jazz with only 66. They're not exactly burning it up here either. Barkley in on Foster. Gets them all 3 in the air, and a foul is whistled on Adam Keith.
Number 1 for Adam, Jazz first team.
Barkley puts everybody in the popcorn machine, and they have the nerve to complain about not fouling.
Adam Keith, remember, was taken. He was the 10th player taken in the first round 5 seasons ago, right ahead of Robert Horry. Atlanta picked him up and then traded him here. And he's been a nice addition for this team. Adam out of Stanford University, where he was also a volleyball player, an all Pac-10 volleyball player. So he was a 2-sport letterman.
So he's an athlete you're talking about.
Yeah. Barkley gets both free throws. Charles with only 7 points now. 66-58. 9:45 left.
Well, the Rockets are going to come with their heavy artillery now. It's time for them to make their move.
Antoine Carr misses. Up ahead to the email, and he emails it home. And the Rockets have closed to within 6. Stockton wants to hurry it back up to the other end. Good job by Davis to hustle back and pick him up. Now somebody better get him at the 3-point line. He misses the shot, and Barkley takes down the rebound, and here come the Rockets trailing by 6. A basket can get it closer. Still over 9 minutes left to play. A ton of time in the NBA. Willis on the post up. Over Antoine Carr. Jump hook too hard. Adam Keith gives it up to Stockton. Shot clock down to 12 seconds. Stockton trying to go to the middle. Nice defense by Emmanuel Davis. Knocks it away, and then he comes up with a loose ball. 8:40 left to play in the third period. Willis working it in on Antoine Carr. Double team comes.
Yes, that's a good shot.
Yale for a 3.
I saw when he shot it, Bill. I called that one. His shoulders were in front of him for the first time tonight on his shot.
The Utah Jazz have to call a timeout, and Emmanuel Davis has been the spark plug here in the fourth quarter for Houston. The Rockets trail by only 3. Portions of tonight's game are being brought to you by Sonic, America's Drive-In. Drive-in for a change. And by your Texas Dodge dealer. Emmanuel Davis has shot the Rockets back into this game. Now Drexler will come back in along with Olajuwon and Barkley and Bullard. Davis will stay out on Stockton. Hornacek is in. He and Drexler are matched up. Barkley and Malone. Greg Foster, tough shot.
You know, you made a very valid statement earlier about the post-up men being great passers. In Malone for Utah, as well as Barkley for the Rockets.
Another turnover. Another turnover on a play that shouldn't be a turnover. That's just the normal, I'll pass it to the man in the corner. 68-63, Jazz by 5. That's 19 turnovers. Rockets averaging 20 a game. Olajuwon, good job of jumping out. Stockton turns the corner, back to Foster again, sets himself, misses, and Davis is fouled from behind by Malone. Now, if you want to see a flop, there was a real flop.
Number 3 for Carl, number 2 for the Jazz.
It's only the third foul on Malone. Rockets trail by 5.
You know, Barkley only has 1 foul, so they've allowed them to play basketball, those two stars down low guarding one another.
Olajuwon tries to set himself, and a foul called by Bavetta. Now, the reason Nunez was going to call 3 seconds, Bavetta gets the foul call because that's the reason Olajuwon was in the lane. He was being held in the lane.
That's right.
And Russell was called for the third foul. Emmanuel Davis will set it up. Rockets still trailing by 5. Barkley out high to Drexler. Olajuwon's got the spacing he wants on Foster. Now the double team comes. That leaves Bullard open. Bullard's got to hit one. He misses. Olajuwon with a rebound. Takes it to the middle. Jump hook 2. Hakeem Olajuwon has the Rockets back to within 3. Olajuwon with an even 20.
I tell you, if Matt or any of the outside perimeter shooters can hit one big one and loosen up that defense, then you go back inside and Olajuwon will finish off the play. Emmanuel Davis is another one.
Yeah, Matt's a little off from the three-point line tonight. I think Matt's now 1 for 6. Bullard and Davis will check out. We just thought Ellie was too sick to play anymore. There he is. He's back in.
That's that competitor in him. That's the junkyard dog.
Matt Maloney is back in the game for Houston. 68-65 Utah. 6:40 left to play in the game. They're looking to Malone. Now you go to your bread and butter. Malone back outside. Russell with a 3. Too hard, and Barkley takes down the rebound. 14 rebounds for Charles Barkley tonight. He had 33 in his first game. Olajuwon turns baseline. Hasn't shot that in a while. And a loose ball foul on Barkley. His second foul of the game.
Number 4, Charles Barkley, into his first.
No, his first foul of the game.
Oh, that was his first, huh? Excuse me. I gave him one earlier.
The Jazz with 3 team fouls. The Rockets with 2 team fouls. Still a 3-point Utah lead. Malone and Barkley having a real tussle, and a foul called on Charles. That's number 2.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. What Charles is doing now, Charles has deserved those fouls. You're getting down with under 6 minutes of basketball. The Rockets have got to become a little more aggressive. Almost got it. Not a bad defensive effort.
Malone again. Let Stockton clear the path for him. Foster tries to shake through the middle. Here's Russell attacking Olajuwon. That's a bad idea. And a foul on Foster coming over the shoulder of Hakeem. Now that's the 4th team foul on the Utah Jazz with 5:48 left to play in the game.
Okay, you got 4 fouls on them. The next one's going to be penalty. So the next offensive set you have, you want to go towards the basket on some penetration or drop it down low on a post-up, give some spacing, and attack the basket.
Utah is a team not shooting particularly well from the line here in the early part of the season. Down to Olajuwon. He's got Maloney if he wants him. And Maloney gives it right back. Hakeem to the middle. Clears away. And an offensive foul is called on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon, his second.
Stockton will bring it up. 5:25 left to play in the game. Hornacek pops out. Now down to Malone. He'll shoot it up. Misses. Rebound long out to Stockton. New 24 for the Jazz. Still that 3-point lead. These two teams have been stuck on 68 and 65.
Now Malone and Stockton are going to start playing 2-man game for roll to the basket.
Stockton high up on the rim. Foster missed the slam. Maloney has it, takes it to the middle. Russell with a foul, and that's the 5th team foul on Utah. And the Rockets now will go to the line. Matt Maloney, 1 plus the bonus.
Number 4 for Rockets, team foul number 5.
That's right. They put 4 team fouls up on Houston. That's the correct call by the official, telling them that last foul by Houston was an offensive foul, cannot be a team foul. Here's a look at the Western Conference. All right, the Midwest Division standings. Brought to you by your Texas Dodge dealer. And there's not much to show you here. Too early in the season. Still the first inning. Boy, Malone wasn't even close on that free throw. He's got one more coming. Come on, you got to get him to the line for free throw practice.
Yeah, I think that.
And he misses both. Oh, my goodness, he could have gotten the Rockets within one. Malone at the top of the key, down to Russell, blocked by Olajuwon. Oh, return to sender.
Return to sender, huh?
Yeah. Address unknown. And an elbow by Foster. They like to call it the mailman delivering here. I think I like to call this Olajuwon.
Not enough postage on that stamp.
Let's cancel that letter.
Yeah, let's send that back. Not enough stamps for that letter, my brother.
All right, now 2 more free throws for Olajuwon. It's a 2-point game, 68-66. Good release. Hakeem Olajuwon with 22 points for Houston, and it's 68-67, Jazz by 1. 4:22 and counting left to play, 15 on the shot clock. Pass to Malone. Ejection and a foul, and Malone will go to the line. The foul is called on Olajuwon. Third foul on Hakeem.
Boy, that was good recovery defense on the part of Charles Barkley. Unfortunately, Dream came over to support.
Malone has been an excellent free throw shooter in his career, but this year he's off to a terrible start. Only 53% from the free throw line for Karl Malone. 10 of 19.
10 of 20. Oh.
He had a good release on that one.
I tried to jinx him. I tried to pull a Bill Warrell on him.
Yeah. Of course, the 2 he missed against Seattle in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, right down at the end, it would not have won the game for Utah. It would have made it a 1-point game again. This time he gets them both. 4:15 left. 3-point Utah lead. Drexler gets a pick from Barkley. Misses the shot. Malone with a rebound.
It's a good shot. They got what they wanted out of that play. Unfortunately, they didn't have a finish to it.
Hornacek on top. They're trying to clear some room for Malone. There it is. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 5. Down to 4. Stockton gets a good look. Missed the 3, and Barkley snares his 15th rebound of the game. Still a 3-point deficit for the Rockets. 3:30 left and counting. Down to Olajuwon working on Foster. Double team. Stockton comes over. Oh, beautiful pass to Mario Ellie.
How did he see it?
1-point game again with 3:15 left.
I've been around you too long, Bill.
How did he see him? Stockton and Malone working a 2-man game at Drexler with a steal, and fouled by Hornacek, and Clyde will go to the line to try to give the Rockets the lead. The Rockets have not led in this game, I don't believe.
Let's take a look at that pass over his left shoulder. He never even looked. He must have seen Mario coming from the opposite side before he turned, but that was right over his left shoulder without looking. Pass the ball, big fella.
That ties it at 70. I think the Rockets may have had a brief lead early in the game. About 2 points. Clyde misses. So the Rockets have missed 3 free throws in the last minute and 20 seconds. Still, they have tied the game at 70. Under 3 minutes left to play. A typical Houston-Utah game. 8 on the shot clock. Malone turns, fires over Barkley, bad shot. Barkley will bring it up. Rockets with a chance to take the lead on this possession. Barkley left alone at the three-point line. Charles Barkley misses a three. Malone gets the rebound back. And Houston wants a timeout. Big rebound by Matt Malone. We are down to 2:32 left. It's winning time for Houston. NBA basketball on Fox Sports Southwest. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Bill Hurt Chevrolet, Discover Card, Mazda, Southwestern Bell, and Gatorade. Back to the middle, Olajuwon outside. Stockton goes for the steal. He gets it. Stockton with a steal. Big play. Brian Russell will set it up. Rockets had a three-pointer set up perfectly, and Stockton saw it coming. These teams have played each other so much they can read the mail. Hornacek with a miss, and Barkley. 17 rebounds for Charles Barkley. Game tied at 70. Down to Olajuwon. He's got Foster by himself. Takes it to the middle. He's fouled from behind. He'll shoot 2. Hornacek with a foul.
They set up that three-point shot a minute ago so well that the Rockets had the shot. They hesitated a little too long. Let the defense recover.
But what I mean about these two teams have played each other so many times, Calvin, Stockton knew what was coming.
Yeah, the plays don't change, but nevertheless, the Rockets had that first shot. They didn't have to make that extra pass.
Good point. Oh, free throws could be Houston's undoing. 19 of 29. The Rockets have missed 10 free throws in this game, and finally Houston has taken the lead.
All right, 1:47 on the clock. The Rockets need a good defensive stop right now.
Stockton gets the shot on the pick and roll. He misses again. That's 8 straight misses by the Utah Jazz.
And another rebound for Barkley. What's that, 18?
Yep. Drexler popping out, looking for Olajuwon. He's got Foster on him again. Takes the pass. Back to Malone. Malone open for a three. Misses it, and Drexler goes and gets it. What a big rebound by Clyde Drexler. 1:12 and counting left to play, and more importantly, a new shot clock. Olajuwon to the middle, back out to Malone. On the drive, Drexler gets a look. 3 seconds is called on Houston.
Olajuwon just told Matt, shoot the ball.
Yep.
Don't worry about the miss. If it's a good shot, that's all we ask. Don't be gun shy.
1:02 and counting, under a minute left to play. Rockets 71, Jazz 70. Ball knocked over to Mario Elie. Mario on the drive, over to Matt Malone. He missed the layup. Oh no! He missed the layup. 41 seconds left to play. All right, the Rockets need another stop. Barkley behind Malone. Malone, turnaround, missed it. Foster with a rebound. Foster puts it up for 2. And the Jazz lead it by 1. Timeout, Houston. That's the first field goal by Utah in about 4 minutes. The Rockets still with that much time left to win the game. Here's tonight's Sonic Play of the Game, brought to you by Sonic. And right now it would have to be this huge offensive rebound by Greg Foster and the putback to give the Jazz a 72-71 lead. Of course, that could change here in a minute.
Hopefully.
And And we could have a replay for Houston. Well, this has been a typical Midwest Division game between Utah and Houston. Not a lot of offense, just good bruising defense. Barkley tonight has been counter-punching. 18 rebounds for Charles Barkley. Rockets now with the possession. 26 seconds left. Malone will set it up for Houston. Rockets trail by 1. Olajuwon has the post up. Nice pass. Barkley for the slam back door. Barkley went around Malone. All right, here we go. 14 seconds left. Rockets lead by 1. Stockton on the drive. Twist inside. Pass off underneath. Blocked by Olajuwon. Jump ball. Jump ball. Return to sender one more time.
Veterans knowing how to play the game. Olajuwon comes down. He makes a big defensive block after making the big pass at the other end of the floor.
22nd timeout taken by Houston. The Rockets still have 2 timeouts remaining and 3 timeouts remaining for the Jazz. Now we got a jump ball coming up, and this is a big jump ball.
But before, here's our team to Barkley, Bill. Olajuwon's posting up. They're thinking Olajuwon is going to make the big move to the basket. Barkley comes from the weak side. That was a play that was designed. All right. Now here comes the biggest play of the game, obviously, on the jump ball.
And a lot of this depends on how it's tossed up. Dick Bavetta will be tossing it to a couple of 7-footers. Actually, a couple of 6'11" players, Olajuwon and Foster.
Yeah,
now, if you're the Rockets, Drexler has to get inside position on Russell.
That's right. If anything, tap that ball towards half court.
That's the whole story in front of you. 5.4 left to play. Rockets lead it 73-72. It's Olajuwon and Foster on the jump ball, and it's tipped up, and Mario Elie with a rebound, and he's fouled, and that might do it. 3.3 left to play, and Houston's best free throw shooter going to the line. Big tip by Hakeem Olajuwon. He did it tonight. Barkley with 18 rebounds, but Hakeem with the offense. Make it 20 rebounds, excuse me.
Now, if Mario Elie makes both of these, the Jazz will call a timeout. They won't take the ball in. They'll call a timeout, get the ball at half court, and set up a play. Now,
there's one.
It's interesting in this situation. They're up by 2. If he's to miss this shot, that's going to take off 3 seconds, but he needs to make it.
Mario, ice cold. Have you ever seen a player under adverse conditions come up to the top like Mario Elie? Big shots, big free throws. Mario Elie with the flu and all is the man right now. The Rockets with a 3-point lead with 3 seconds left to play. Tonight's Gatorade player of the game, Hakeem Olajuwon. 23 points, 10 rebounds, averaging 21 on the season. But I think even more than that, it's the 2 block shots, the defense at the end, all the little things too, Calvin.
Yeah, that was a great big pass he made on the post-up with Barkley coming baseline, then capped it off with that great defensive play on the other end by hustling down and not celebrating too early.
Now, Calvin, Utah can still tie this game with a 3-point shot. Who will they go? They've got some good 3-point shooters.
Yeah, but what Rudy told him is not to give a 3-point shot. Foul them if necessary. Put them on that line for 2 shots.
But don't foul them in the act of a 3.
Don't foul them in the act of a shot, of a 3-point shot. That will give them 3 attempts from that line.
If you do foul them, you've got to do it in a hurry before they get the shot off. Adam Keefe will bring it in. Chris Morris is in the game also. Keefe trying to bring it in. He can't do it. He calls a timeout.
The Rockets did a good job switching on all crosses. They didn't allow them at all to get anybody to set a pick. Anybody sets a pick, they're going to switch on them.
It's a 22nd timeout by the Jazz. Both teams still have 2 full timeouts remaining. Rockets fans, here's your chance to reserve your priority on the Rockets season ticket waiting list. Call a Rockets account executive now at 627-DUNK for more details. That's 627-DUNK. All right, Drexler, Barkley, Olajuwon, Malone, and Elie. Adam Keefe will bring it in. Chris Morris, Hornacek, Malone, and Stockton. 3 seconds left. Rockets lead by 3. Hornacek has it. He'll try to shoot it over Ellie. It hit the back of the iron, and that's the game. The Houston Rockets win it. Hornacek with a tough shot over Mario Ellie, but it did not go down. And the Houston Rockets have pulled one out here in Salt Lake City. The Rockets were left for dead in that third quarter, trailing by as many as 11 points, but they found a way to win, and Calvin Murphy, that may be the story of this team this season. This is not a game they'll look back on as being played very efficiently, but they still get the W.
Well, the Rockets played a great defensive game, holding the Jazz to only 72 points. Olajuwon controlled the offense until his teammates were able to get acclimated into what they were doing. Remember, I talked about being one-dimensional. Once everybody else was able to get into the flow with ball movement and they started hitting a few shots, the defense had to loosen up underneath and come all the way out on the floor. Then Olajuwon took over underneath.
I thought the Rockets really kept their poise again tonight. The Jazz not giving Barkley anything. He had only 7 points, but again, Barkley coming up with 20 rebounds tonight.
How many rebounds? I didn't hear you, Bill.
20. 20 rebounds.
Way to play basketball.
Yeah, and Drexler coming on in the second half in foul trouble. So the Rockets find a way to win one on the road in a tough place, the Delta Center. Final score, the Rockets 75, the Utah Jazz 72.